Big win, Don Wilson here for Top MMA News, here with Josh Hill. And, you know, I'm a t-shirt whore, basically, folks. You all know that. So let's show off the new Josh Hill tee. Look at this guy. So come on, turn around. Give the full, we're on a catwalk. He's sexy. I'm telling you, folks, where can folks go pick that up?
Go to blackguyfightwear.com. He's the guy that made the shirt for me. Awesome guy. And buy him online.
So I'm telling you, folks, Black Eye Fightwear, pick up your Josh Hill special. So big win, you know. You just took out a guy that fought Kid Yamamoto. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Yeah, it was definitely a step up. Originally, I was supposed to fight Mike Roberts.
Yep.
And then he pulled out, and they got Kiko. And I knew right away this is going to be a tougher fight, definitely.
Well, I was just going to ask you that. Do you not think that Kiko was a much tougher fight than Money Mike Roberts?
I do, 100%. I knew it before the fight, and definitely I know it after the fight. You know, not to make excuses, but I felt horrible coming into this fight. I had a pretty rough weight cut for some reason. I don't know why. Usually it's pretty smooth, but this one just didn't go well. But not to make excuses in that part, you know, Kiko came out and he came out hard. And you know, after the first round, I was and the second round after that, I was just like gassed. So I just had to keep putting pressure on him, try to take him down. And the guy had great hands, great kicks, and great wrestling. It actually surprised me when I took him down. He was able to get back up real quick.
Well, Team Quest product, obviously, to be coming out with a little bit of wrestling there. Now, that was one question. You said you had a rough weight cut. Personally, I thought you've been looking a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker than we've seen you. You putting on a little bit more muscle, maybe?
Maybe. I'm not intentionally. I'm working out a lot. I'm doing a lot of like strength and conditioning with SST. I got boy Steve Bodanis. But he puts me through some good stuff. And I wasn't really, my weight wasn't much higher, but I did feel stronger.
Yeah.
I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Maybe just bad timing, or my body just, you know, sometimes your body just doesn't want to do it that day, right?
Yeah.
So
could be that damn summer. Everyone wants to laze around in the summer, right? So, you know, one thing I got to ask you, you know, you're near the top of our bantamweight rankings. You keep running through. But the one thing I always see is you face tough guys that no one has heard about. Darren Cooley, real tough guy to Cesar Gracie. No one had heard of him. You know, unless you're a big fan of Dream and you saw Kiko take the loss to Kid Yamamoto, no one's heard of him. But they're all tough guys. Where am I going with this? Is that you find that a lot tougher fighting the guys that no one's ever heard of that are going to be a lot tougher than maybe some big, easier wins?
No, it doesn't matter if anybody's heard him. I know that this guy's going to be a tough guy across the cage for me, and that's all that matters. I'm preparing to fight a really tough guy. I don't care if he's the famous guy, you know, around town, or if he's a nobody. You know, I knew Kiko was a tough dude, and I prepared for him, and you know, I had to implement my game plan. I've seen him, you know, his striking's really good and his wrestling's very good. So, you know, I just had to grind through him and just, you know, keep pressure on him, and that's what I had to do to win.
Now, you know, one thing I've also noticed, you seem to be taking a lot of fights short notice against some competitors. Obviously, you have the fight set up long in advance. The guy always seems to pull out. Whether it's, you know, he's sick, he's hurt, he's got the chicken flu. We never know what happens there. You know, are you finding it that a lot of your opponents are dropping out quite, you know, quickly before the match starts? I know it's something fighters got to get used to, but it's got to get to your mind after a while.
Honestly, God, I've had the worst luck with opponents. I don't know what it is. I think my first ever fight, I was a replacement for somebody. And then other than that, I've had one set opponent that's actually went through the whole time.
Was that Diego?
Diego Wilson. Other than that, I've had, you know, 3-4 different opponents every single fight, and I'm just kind of getting used to it now. It definitely sucks because, you know, you look at a guy, you kind of study him a little bit, and, you know, he's a striker, he's a kickboxer, he's a wrestler, and you kind of game plan around it. But anyway, it is frustrating, but, you know, you got to work around it. That's the name of the game.
Now, after the events of tonight, you know, usually I'd sit here and ask you if there's anyone you want to fight. Now, I want to ask you a personal name. You know, one of your teammates, Adrian Woolley, tough battle here against Bo Harris. Bo Harris was able to pull out the 29-28 decision. Is that someone that you'd like to test yourself up against next?
Yeah, I don't ever go out and look for an opponent or choose an opponent, but Bo definitely showed that he's improved a lot. I watched him fight a few months ago, actually. My teammate Lyndon fought on a card with him as well, and I watched him fight Frank Zeus. Yeah. And, you know, he looked good, but he didn't look as good as he was tonight. Definitely, he's improved a lot. You know, Adrian is one of the top in the country. Definitely, I thought, you know, Adrian would run through him, but the guy's improved a lot. You know, so he's improving, and if they, you know, offer me him, whatever, I'm down. I'm interested in sitting down and maybe taking the fight.
Now, do you have anything else lined up down the road that we don't know about yet?
Not officially right now. There's talks of a few things. You know, I fought 3 times so far this year. I'd probably like to fight 4 times this year. So probably maybe late fall or early winter, I'm thinking. So.
Perfect. Now, before we let you go, any, you know, family, friends, sponsors you'd like to thank? You know, obviously we got Black Eye Fightwear, Submit MMA. Anyone else?
Yeah, Black Eye Fightwear for sure. Thanks for hooking up the shirts, guys. Bomb Beverages, MMAontario.com, Express Parking, and you know, all my family and friends and my teammates and coaches and everybody that's helped me. And fighting here in my hometown, Hamilton, that was amazing. And big thanks to Global Warriors, Garnet Ace, for putting me on the show and treating me very well.
Perfect. Once again, big win, Don Wilson, rising prospect. You want to know what? Not even a prospect. Full-fledged top 135 or Josh Hill, Top MMA News.